The power of kindness. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a humble baker named Lydia. Known for her delicious bread and warm heart, she believed that kindness was the best ingredient in anything she made. Every morning, she rose before the sun, kneading dough with love and dedication. Her bakery was small, but it was filled with warmth and light, much like her heart. Lydia wasn't wealthy, but she had a gift for making people feel at home, and she always found ways to help those in need. One particularly harsh winter, the village was struck by an unexpected storm. Snow piled high, and roads became impassable. As the days wore on, it became clear that many of the villagers were running out of supplies. Lydia noticed fewer people coming to her shop, not because they didn't want her bread, but because they simply couldn't afford it. Work had dried up, and hunger was starting to cast its shadow over the village. One cold afternoon, a young boy, thin and pale, appeared at Lydia's door. His clothes were tattered, and his eyes were filled with both fear and hunger. He didn't ask for anything, but his trembling hands told Lydia all she needed to know. Without a word, she invited him inside, wrapped him in a blanket, and served him a hot bowl of soup. As the boy ate, Lydia prepared a loaf of bread for him to take home. "Share this with your family," she whispered with a kind smile. The next morning, Lydia placed a basket of fresh bread outside her shop with a sign that read, "For those in need." She didn't know how many would take the offer, but she knew that even small acts of kindness could make a big difference. Word spread quickly, and soon, people in the village began leaving goods they could spare: potatoes, apples, even blankets beside Lydia's basket. Her simple act of compassion was creating a ripple effect, inspiring others to give what they could. As the storm worsened, the village grew closer. Neighbors who had barely spoken before were now looking out for one another. The tailor offered to mend clothes for free, and the carpenter repaired roofs damaged by the storm. The village, once quiet and isolated, had transformed into a community united by kindness. Lydia's bakery had become a symbol of hope, not just for the bread it provided, but for the compassion it embodied. Despite the continued hardships, Lydia never wavered in her generosity. She didn't have much, but what she had, she gave freely. Her small acts of kindness weren't just helping people survive the winter, they were changing the way the villagers treated one another. The cold outside was harsh, but inside, the warmth of compassion was spreading like a comforting fire. When the storm finally passed, the village emerged not just intact, but stronger. The hardships had brought out the best in everyone, and the spirit of kindness that Lydia had sparked continued to flourish. The village thrived, not because it had become wealthier, but because its people had learned the true value of caring for one another. Lydia continued to bake her bread every morning, her shop as busy as ever. But now she knew that her greatest success wasn't in her baking skills, but in the way she had inspired her village to come together. She had taught them that kindness and compassion were the most important ingredients in life, and that they were ingredients everyone could share.